Hi, and welcome to a overview of how best to use PeopleMaps inside of Salesforce.com. As you can see, I am within the Leads tab within Salesforce.com, and I've currently sorted all of my leads in descending order based on my connection strength to each one of them. To see the connection paths, or my top 10 connection paths from me to any one of these leads, all I have to do is click on the number here. The other score that you'll see over here on the right side is actually my connection strength to the company overall. And what we've done here is we actually analyze your connection paths into, or all of the possible ways you could reach all of the senior executives at the company. And so what it does is essentially find you your best way into any given company. And you can actually sort all of your leads based on this column as well if you chose to. But for right now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on the 97 here and just drill down. And what's going to happen here is it's going to analyze the millions of possible paths from me to my target, in this case Raj. And what it's going to show me here is my 10 best paths to reach him and get a warm introduction. What it's showing me is my number one path is highlighted in yellow here. And what it's showing me is my colleague, Kevin, actually has personal contact Raj. And this is actually a good example of our safe contact sharing functionality, where everyone within a company, including in the board or any customer references, really anybody who you want to share contacts with or share connections with, it can be done in a very, very safe way, where, as you can see here, all that's revealed to me is that Kevin knows Raj, but it doesn't reveal to me any of the contact details that Kevin has for Raj, like his email address or phone number or notes or birthday or any of that stuff. And so I would just email Kevin and say, hey Kev, can you introduce me to Raj? And he'd make the introduction. So the safe contact sharing functionality is an extremely powerful way to leverage kind of the collective connectivity of your entire organization. And it's really a way for the entire company to help the sales team in a very simple way, which is having them all kind of sign up for PeopleMaps one time, which just takes a couple minutes, and from that point forward, all of those contacts and connections are leveraged on behalf of the sales team. So it's a very powerful concept. In this path info slider here, you can actually cycle through the different paths and have them explained in text form to you if you prefer to see it that way. The way that I use it is I tend to just kind of mouse over people and see their bios and work histories and backgrounds, and mouse over any icon to see the relationship between two people and how they're related or how they're connected. And in this case, I see that I have a number of different ways I could meet. I could get in touch with Raj, but my best way is through Kevin. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually double click on Raj and show you a people map for him. What it's going to do is pull up his 50 closest connections, and I could change that over here in the power user controls area. If I wanted to see more than that, I could. And again, I can mouse over any person. I can double click on any person to see more information about them. But this is kind of interesting to do once you've got the meeting with Raj or your target, and you're kind of preparing for the meeting, and so you want to know his background and kind of who's in his network, and what are those people's backgrounds. The color coding matches the companies on the side here, so that you can see the brown is TimeBridge and the kind of light blue is snapfish.com and that kind of thing. There's a zoom in and zoom out slider here on every screen when you're presented with a map or a path, and in the tips area it explains what the different icons mean. Your house icon is a personal relationship, and the money bag is an investment one. The person with a dollar sign on his chest is investor to investor. The graduation cap is an educational or school connection. The BOD briefcase is a board member to board member relationship. The starred briefcase is an exec to exec relationship. And the plain briefcase is a non-exec to a non-exec exec relationship. The other kind of capabilities are explained here in the quick tips area about how you can mouse over, you can double click, you can right click, and what are all those things that, or what do those things enable. But for right now, I'm going to jump back up to the Leads tab and actually show you a connection path to the company. And so let me do that, sort there. I'll actually pick a different company and come down here to Penguin Computing, and I'll click on the 89. And so what this is going to do is it's actually going to analyze all of my possible paths into all the senior executives at Penguin Computing and show me my 10 best paths to any one of them. And so here I see actually my number one path is through our company's lawyer, actually Matt Wells, who obviously I have a relationship and connected with. But Matt has a connection with Ed Ekstrom, and Ed is actually on the board at Penguin Computing. But what's interesting here is if I didn't want to go in at the board level, let's say I wanted to reach the CEO, and that's Charles here, I see that I can reach him by going through Paul Alstrom, who is a member of our board. And I can see if I needed to reach, let's say, the VP of Sales, David here, then I know I can go through my friend Nippon, and I can see that Nippon and David know each other because they work together at Versant Corporation. I'm just finding that out by mousing over that icon there. And there's lots of other possibilities. If I wanted to reach someone else on the board, it looks like here Enrico is on the board. I see that Dennis Wood, my friend, is got a personal relationship with Enrico. So there's a lot of possibilities here I see for me to get into Penguin Computing. I'm going to go ahead and double click now on the Penguin Computing node. And so what's going to come up is a company map for Penguin Computing. And because it's a private company, I'm going to see some interesting information. I'll see not only the board members and the top executives, so the BOD is the board and the starred briefcase are the top executives, and then the plain briefcase are just kind of people below the senior exec level. And I can kind of drag these things around and organize them how I want to. But these green circles here are actually the investors in the company, and I could double click on these and explode those and actually see more information about them and what kind of investments they've made. It might be helpful if, for example, Penguin Computing is one portfolio company of vSprings, but by looking at their other portfolio companies, I can see if I've made a sale to one of them and then leverage that in as a way of kind of offering up a trusted referral or case study for someone to do an objective check on our product and know that we're for real. And so it's just a way to kind of visually explore people and companies and the relationships between them is really what the people maps and company maps are. The connection paths are really all about getting you warm introductions to your targets. And so from this top level, you can actually get to all of the four things that I talked about. You can quickly get to the connection path to the person. You can get to the connection path to the company. You can get to a people map for that person, for that lead, or you can get to a company map for the company associated with that lead. And you can sort also based on any one of these columns. So if I wanted to sort based on connection strength to company, I could do that as well. I will go ahead and show you one last thing, which is a real-time search. If you get kind of a new idea and you want to run a real-time search to a person or a company, you can do that right here. So it doesn't have to be a lead or somebody that's added in already into Salesforce. You can actually go ahead and just type in whoever it is you're trying to reach and go ahead and run the search right from here. But we hope you enjoy using PeopleMaps, and please send us feedback, and talk to you soon.